Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. Hey, you guys. Welcome back into the channel. So, you guys, this is our Sunday weekly Oracle check-in. So, this is the message where I pull oracles for both the collective, my divine feminines, my divine masculines, and these oracles are meant to aid you in the upcoming week and give you direction, give you some advice, just to make sure you are staying on track with any healing work, any shadow work, and just give you things to kind of look out for and be prepared for. So I will begin with the divine feminine, and then I will move into my divine masculine. I will pull oracles from Intuitive Whispers. I will also pull cosmic energy, mystic, spirit animal. I will also pull astro codes. And then also at the end, get a collective angel number with your advice for the week. All right, let's tap in. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support you guys have been showing me in the channel. It is greatly appreciated. You guys have no idea. All the incoming followers and subscribers, I'm so glad that you found the channel. Welcome in. Make sure when you hit that notification bell to subscribe, make sure you select all, just so you don't miss any of the other messages I do post on a daily basis. Welcome to the Soul Tribe, and I always pray that the messages are helpful for you as well. All right, for the divine feminists, let's start with your feminine wisdom oracle message for the week and see what's most important for you guys at this time. Okay, divine feminines, I hope you guys have had an amazing week. I know everybody's preparing for the start of the new week. Sundays can sometimes be pretty hectic, so hopefully this will help you in preparing. So we have number 20. We have consistency, confidently repeating the patterns. So this is the first important message for my divine feminines for this week. Behaving in the same way and confidently repeating the patterns for greater good. The number 20 could be significant. The number 2 as well, which is about balance. You pulled this card as a heads up reminder that now is not the time to give up. In fact, it is the perfect time to keep going. Do not give up on the thing you want the most, because later it will feel like a betrayal of yourself. Keep showing up, keep investing your time, and repeating the same good patterns over and over again. Dedication is the key, but you already know that. Affirmation: I owe it to myself to stay consistent. This is on page 53, so I could be talking to a group of you who are 53. Also, 53 breaks down to the number 8. Number 8 is about infinity. Number 8 is about putting in the work in order to reap the rewards. And some of you guys, this could also be pertaining to the good karma that you are receiving because of how you've showed up in the world, the work that you've put in, and your harvest should be coming in very, very soon. Beautiful. Okay, let me give you a message from the woman in total control of herself. Let's see what your message is. What is the most important message for the divine feminine? What is the most important message for her? Okay. So we have the Hive Queen, number 31. Number 31 could be significant. I could be talking to a group of you who are 31. The number 4 could be significant as well. The number 3 and the number 1. Bees are nature's alchemists, making honey from pollen, turning base flower materials into liquid gold. Long associated with the goddess, the bees invite you to work your own alchemy, to take the sorrows and disappointments of your life and turn them into grace, experience, and wisdom. A woman in total control of herself knows that in order for this alchemy to take place, she needs to invoke forgiveness. First, for herself. She understands there will be times she could not possibly have known or done better and must forgive her ignorance. When she knows better but doesn't do better, she forgives herself so she can enter the galvanizing force of transformation and self cultivation, rather than sink into the patriarchal gravity of self condemnation. She forgives others as well, understanding that holding on to injustice, no matter how righteous, is like swallowing poison and expecting the other person to die. She knows in her very veins that sometimes she must forgive when it is not sought out, when the other is not sorry, and in their ignorance or intolerance is blind to her pain. When forgiveness is requested by another, she honors herself by acknowledging that accountability and forgiveness are sisters, only thriving when paired. Every relationship that suffers an infraction needs accountability in order to move forward. If there is no accountability, then there can be no forgiveness, but no ongoing relationship. These are her boundaries, both tender and fierce, engaged to keep the hive of her heart whole, a welcoming place for the bees to sing their songs, making melody and honey where once there was only sorrow. So, this is a very important message for my divine feminines. And I say that because yesterday, I posted the Divine Feminine weekly message. And in the message, it talks about a group of my divine feminines who are having a hard time of letting go of a past situation where they have been hurt. Instead of honoring yourselves, you have been overthinking about this situation, and it is because you have not been able to forgive the other person or forgive yourself and let it go. So the overthinking is taking over your mind at this time. So this message of the Hive Queen is a much needed confirmation for my divine feminines. And if you missed that message yesterday, make sure to check it out. There's a lot of good information for you guys, and it is very encouraging. So there is a quick poem here that I want to read called The Hive for my divine feminines. Hush now, the wounds run deep, but the bees are full of knowing. They know the hive of your heart, each crooked, curled chamber, each hopeful, hidden curve, each darkened holding cell. They have come with wings and song and pollen. They have come to harvest each mistake, each broken vessel, to touch the jagged edges of betrayal and lost chances, to collect your failures one by one, making honey from the bitter, making music in the void, making wings where there were wounds. Hush now, sleep well. The night is alive with forgiveness, and your heart is a hive made for honey, made for love. It's beautiful. Forgive yourselves, divine feminines, collective, so that you can proceed forward. Like I said, forgiveness is not about the other person, it is about setting yourself free. It is about taking accountability and understanding that you didn't know what you didn't know at the time. So, as long as you take the wisdom with you, you're accountable for your actions, use your wisdom and intuition and discernment moving forward, then you'll be fine. But allow love in because you deserve that as well. All right, my divine feminines, let me get you a message from Oshun. Oshun, what is the most important message for the divine feminine? Okay. Number 16, Oshun, the warrior. Personal power, assertiveness, leadership. Beautiful. Okay. I am the warrior of my life, strong, resilient, and guided by my inner light. Confront obstacles head on and defend what matters. This is not the time to play small. This is a call to action. Embrace your inner strength and unapologetically march to the rhythm of your own drum. You hold the sword of truth and the shield of resilience within. Claim your power and let your courage lead the way. Oshun the warrior is a fierce defender of truth, purpose, and integrity. Just like her, you have a fire burning that fuels your decisions and actions. Cut through the clutter, the doubt, and the external voices to listen to your inner wisdom. You're being nudged to be proactive and not reactive. Your cause is just and deserves to be fought for. Go forth and own your battlefield. Someone needs you to take charge. Will you rise to the challenge or continue shrinking, hiding, and holding back? True warriors fight out of love and a desire for justice, not out of anger. Rise with the spirit of a warrior and the heart of a protector. So, my divine feminines, so this is a call for you to stick up for either yourself or someone that you love. The number 16 could be significant. This could be your children. This could be yourself. This could be a partner, a friend. But this is a call to action to stand up for something you believe in, protect someone you love and care for, but do it with wisdom and integrity, not out of anger. Okay? All right. Let's pull an oracle from the realist deck. What is a supporting message for the collective? What is the most important message? Okay. Attachment, number 15. The number 15 could be significant. The numbers 1 or 5 could be significant. This is regarding the element of earth. Earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So this message may be for you. Lust, materialism, obsession, addiction. This card means you've become so attached to what a specific relationship, job, or earthly possession says about you that you've forgotten who you are. Do you truly love someone, something, or are you attached to the prestige and instant gratification? Relinquishing your power to smallness is sacrificing what you want most. So, very direct and interesting message. There may be a group of you who have attached your success, your value, your worth to 3D material things, things that seem shiny and valuable to external factors. But are you forgetting about valuing who you are internally? Do people see you and look at you and see integrity, honesty, truth? So maybe it's time to reevaluate the things that you feel are valuable to you in your life at this time. Okay? All right. Let's move on to my Divine Masculine group here. We pull messages from our amazing healing gods for the Divine Masculines and see what the most important messages are for you guys this week. Okay. What are the most important messages from the gods for my Divine Masculines this coming week? What are the most important messages from the healing gods for the Divine Masculines this coming week? First, we have Pseudodonna. La. And then we have Urilla. Okay. So let's start with Pseudodonna for the Divine Masculines. Show up as a source of emotional support for others, relinquish emotional responsibility, and step into holding space for the benefit of yourself and others. Pseudodonna's message. A first-time dad watches on nervously as his baby son takes his first steps, concerned for any stumbles and falls that may occur. 30 years later, the same man watches his grandson take his first steps. Instead of hesitation, he now smiles, free of nerves. After watching his son's life journey, he understood that the stumbles and falls were needed to learn how to become competent at walking and then eventually running. It's a beautiful depiction of a grandfather and grandson here. This could also be father and son, so I could be connecting to a group of you who are fathers who have newborns, could be connecting to a group of you who are grandfathers and have had your first grandchild, which is beautiful as well, or just fathers in general who have sons. When you feel overly responsible for the emotions and journey of another, know that it is not your place to take away every possible pitfall and pain for them. You can always be a support, holding space and providing insight when you can. However, part of learning is stumbling and falling. To take away all the hardship, emotional pain, and problems is to take away the growth, learning, and development of resiliency. What you think is best for someone might be the very thing that hinders their growth. Depending on a person's life path, they may need certain experiences to be a catalyst of wisdom, growth, or a certain set of circumstances to send them on a particular winding path. Showing up to guide, counsel, and support can be beautiful, although stepping back, relinquishing control, and allowing a person to make their own choices and mistakes is essential. The best way to become a holder of space for another person's hard times is to face your shadow. When you become sufficient at facing your darkness and sitting in discomfort, you can comfortably do the same for another without feeling drained. Knowing that periods of darkness and difficulty serve a purpose in the bigger picture can help you not run from your own and other people's shadows. Strive toward emotional support rather than emotional responsibility and see how you show up for yourself and others transform. You will no longer feel drained or feel a desire to control. This is a beautiful message because as parents, we definitely try to protect our kids from all the painful things that even we experienced as children. It is natural to want to be protective because, right, we want our kids to survive in this world. And we know the world can be a beautiful but yet very cruel and dangerous place. But this message is about allowing your son, your children, your grandchildren to grow into their own path, meaning that they will have to experience things, even painful things that may be hurtful for you, in order to know who they're supposed to become, in order to gain the knowledge and wisdom they need to find their path in life, to find their purpose. And it may be difficult to be able to have to sit back and watch this occur. But this is explaining that it is okay to be a support system, but do not hinder their growth by trying to keep them from making mistakes. Be a guide, be a support system, be emotional support, but do not allow them to lack accountability, lack integrity through their experiences, because that will shape their character as adults as they grow. It will affect their relationships as well. So, this is a very good message for my divine masculines, but just in the collective in general as well. Beautiful. And it talks about shadow work, which is also very important for people to learn how to deal with. I do have messages that I post on Tuesdays about shadow work. There's two messages that I do every week that you should check out. I think that they are very informative. Shadow work is not a topic that most people like to talk about or discuss, but I do that just for that reason. It is essential to pay attention to our shadow, to know how to move in life, to know who we are, and to know how to address certain things. And like I said, it is about acknowledging, but also being encouraging. Okay, so let's look at our next god, La. Allow waves of grief to wash over you. Pain from loss and betrayal needs time, space, and support for healing. Rather than denying your pain, face it with tenderness. The moment grief first hits you is an impact like no other. It brings you to your knees, knocking the wind out of your lungs. Grief is said to be stored in and processed via the lungs, making breathing difficult when you first feel the impact of loss. The grieving process requires a range of physiological and mental responses. It is an unpredictable roller coaster taking you on unexpected twists and turns. Process what is coming up as it comes up. Understanding the 5 stages of grief, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance helps you enter into flow instead of fighting the inevitable. When loss hits you, your brain goes into a state of denial to assist your body with the shock. You may experience an inability to tap into emotion or tears, or you may feel numb. This is not a time for guilt or shame for avoiding your feelings. Your body protects you. When anger or another painful emotion eventually presents itself, find healthy outlets to release it. Whether it is slow burning or quick to rise, release it with conscious intention. Scream into a pillow, smash some tennis balls against a brick wall, or write out whatever you think and feel and then burn it. The next phase is bargaining, thinking of what you could have done differently or could do differently to stop the loss from happening. This is followed by a stage of depression, leading you to alone time where processing can occur. Make sure you don't withdraw to an unhealthy level. Although you will never be okay with a huge loss occurring, you will reach a degree of acceptance. It is natural to loop back to grief in the future to shed a deeper layer. The stages of grief do not occur linearly, they zigzag. Mourning the death of a loved one, the loss of a relationship, friendship, or a desired future you envision takes you on an overwhelming journey of pain, release, and rebuilding. It will take time, grit, determination, support, and patience. When you are in the midst of grief, trust the process, knowing you will enter a phase of acceptance in due time. When you emerge from the depths of grief processing, you will be able to take a recalibrating breath deep into your lungs, filling you back up with vitality. You will venture back into the world, seeing the vibrancy return around you. So, first off, I would like to say my condolences for any of my divine masculines listening to this message who have lost someone, who have had loss in family, friendship, a relationship, whether that is going through a separation, divorce, walking away from a long time friendship, or whether that is a loss in someone you have lost in death. My condolences. This is a very beautiful message about how to deal with grief. Most of the time, people take loss very hard, and it's understandable. And people are expected to go through these 5 stages in order to deal with it. But some people never make it through all the stages and they get stuck at maybe stage 2 or 3 or 4. I think for healing, the most important message here is to go through the full process. Yes, feel through your emotions, whatever it is that you feel, whatever comes up, whether it's random, whether it's a slow burn, whether it's quick, but feel through whatever it is that you're feeling. You're allowed to feel your emotions and process them. And it does take time. There is no time frame when it comes to dealing with grief. But eventually, you will bring yourself back to life, to the world, to vitality if you go through the 5 stages. Some people get stuck and they never press forward, they never let go. And again, I understand that loss is indescribable sometimes. But I think when it's pertaining to a person that we loved, I think they still want to see you move forward and happy, even without them. Again, my condolences to anyone who've lost someone they love. Then we have Urillo. It is prudent to have a heart that is open yet discerning. Deep connection requires openness and knowing where to place your love. In matters of the heart, it is easy to become swept away towards one extreme or the other. One severity is walking around with rose-tinted glasses, your heart on your sleeve. The other is closing the heart down in complete mistrust. There's a sweet spot bang in the middle where you can be open and perceptive simultaneously. Just as spring breaks up summer and winter, nuance is needed when falling in love to prevent the extremes from taking over. With only openness, issues arise where love can be blind, leading to obvious breaches of trust that get ignored. Being in love with love is wonderful. However, don't let it blind you to reality. Red flags are not so visible through rose tinted glasses. The hormones that love brings, oxytocin and north, forgive me, norep, norepinephrine, can lead to ignoring clear signs that someone is incompatible with you. The highs and lows of a toxic relationship can be addictive with the hits of dopamine it provides. And there are a lot of people who are addicted to the hot and cold, in and out type of relationships because of the thrill behind it, because of the dopamine hits to the body that it provides. So a lot of people find themselves in toxic relationships thinking that it's love, but it is really just the dopamine that the body is providing, like an adrenaline rush that they're addicted to. Soul remembrance and desire at first sight are real, yet it takes time to get to know the complexity of a person and learn if you are genuinely well matched. Chemistry doesn't always match with compatibility. Sometimes love is not enough when you are fundamentally incompatible. On the other hand, not ever letting anyone in and remaining shut down is equally as extreme as having no barriers to contain your love. Too many barriers block love, not enough allows any riffraff in. Letting someone in and then getting burned can lead you to feel like you made a mistake by trusting. This perspective puts all the power in their hands. Another perspective is that you took a chance on love because you deserved the connection and companionship of the experience. You didn't take a chance on them, you took a chance on you because life is too short to play it safe all the time. Having an open heart to the possibility of love, yet a mind that remains shrewd, is a formidable combination to behold. Go into dating with an open mind and heart and allow things to unfold naturally, not as all or nothing. Bring your past with you as a discernment tool rather than mistrust, and see your love life bloom on a solid foundation rather than shakily built on disillusionment. So, this is a huge message, not only for my divine masculines, but for the collective on how to go into looking at love and relationships. Again, I can definitely speak to this because I've definitely experienced this in my life not too long ago. And it was a huge lesson for me. Being in a vulnerable place and finding someone that you feel chemistry with can definitely be mistaken for compatibility. So it's very important that you ensure yourself that you are not wearing rose tinted glasses and you truly see the person who you have chemistry with clear eyes. Although the chemistry can be amazing, it doesn't mean two people are meant to be together. It doesn't mean that you have same life path. It doesn't mean you have same life goals. It doesn't mean you have the same life values. So although it could feel nice, the connection, the emotional connection can feel amazing. But in regards to a relationship, it can never work between two people that are not compatible. So it's very important to make sure you are seeing how you're feeling about someone in the proper way. So I think that's a very huge message. Definitely a personal lesson and wisdom that I had to learn firsthand. and it was pretty tough to heal from. But now I've moved forward, and with the lessons learned and the wisdom, it has propelled me forward in my life and in my relationships. So it is worth learning this lesson. Beautiful. All right. So now I am going to pull an intuitive whisper, general oracle for the collective. I hope you guys are enjoying the message. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. And like I said, I hope these messages are useful for you in this upcoming week or just in life in general, you guys. I think the messages have been absolutely beautiful for both the divine feminine and divine masculines. They're honest and filled with so much wisdom. I think they're things that we all go through. And it seems like it's my collective's time to shine. All right. I like it. Number 42 could be significant. Let's see. I see the moon here. I see the sun here. I see a connection, sun and moon connection. This is very spiritual with this tiger here. It looks like the tiger is crouched down, about to leap on a prey. Very interesting depiction, but it's time to shine. I'm going to give you your advice. Could be talking to a group of Leos with the sun here, with this depiction of this cat. I can also be talking to Cancers with this moon depiction as well. Put your party shoes on and get yourself ready to shine. All of the hard work has been done. Now relax and step forward into the next chapter. It's time to share your gift and be seen and heard. What have you been waiting to share or try? You have picked this card because it is time to do it. Turn on the light switch and illuminate yourself. What is coming through you right now, creatively, spiritually, or emotionally, that needs to be shared? Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust this moment. It is a powerful one. Go take to the stage, metaphorically or literally, and see what magic happens. Don't let doubt creep in. Jump in. The spotlight is waiting. So this is confirmation for a group of my collective. It's time for you guys to open up and shine in a certain way. It's time for you to present yourself to the world. Seems like you guys have a talent, something that you want to say, share with the collective, share with the world, a new endeavor. It's time for you to do that. It's time for you to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of your gifts. Don't be afraid of showing off the lessons that you've learned, how you've grown. It is your time. This is confirmation. Love it. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let me get you guys your oracle messages from Mystic. Beautiful, you guys. Oh. I mean, that was quick. So from the Mystic, the first message is you will get there. You can't force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. And then we have inner strength. Don't lose yourself in things you can't change. Focus on the things you can change, which is your attitude, your mindset, and energy. You've got everything you need. Beautiful. Beautiful and straight to the point. Okay, let me get your cosmic energy. Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation, more, and cleansing. Okay. Cleanse your mind and spirit. Remove negative energy. So this is something you guys need to work on either today or this coming week. And it seems like you guys are putting in the work because you are moving toward having more liberation in your life, more freedom to express yourself, to work on things that interest you, be more creative. So it's definitely worth putting in the work. What's your spirit animal oracle message for the collective? What is your spirit animal oracle message? Okay. Elegant horse, freedom, leadership, intuition. Show other people your daring and graceful ways. Like I said, time for you guys to shine. It's time for you guys to open up, show your talents to the collective, show what you've learned, show the freedom that you are working towards. Use your intuition when you're dealing with others at this time. But it is time to show how daring you are, how graceful you are, what you've learned from your life experiences. It's time to pop out and show people where you are in your life. Beautiful. Okay, let me get you your life message. Exactly. Beautiful. Growing. I am here to learn, discover, and grow. As I nourish myself with my inner light, my divinity expands. By embracing the lessons life offers, I become more aligned with my higher purpose. Balancing the material and spiritual realms frees me from inner conflict, allowing my soul to flourish. Absolutely. Beautiful depiction, Mother Gaia, in growth, grounding. Very, very important with grounding as well. Beautiful, you guys. Okay. All right. Let me get you your zodiacs and let's see who we're connecting with, and then I'll get you your angel number. What zodiac signs are we connecting to this week? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Virgo, and Cancer. So the numbers 1, 10, 6, 7, and 4 are significant. You could be born in January, October, June, April, or July. Okay. All right. Let me get you guys your angel number with their final advice for this week for my collective. What is the most important angel number message for the collective for this week? Angel number 711, persistence. Reap the rewards for your efforts. You've been working very hard toward your goals, but at some point you have to take all you've done and benefit from it. Your angels ask you to honor your growth. Reflect on something you've been working on for a long time and think about how far you've come. Really give yourself some credit for lessons learned, tasks accomplished, and fears faced. Give yourself a pat on the back. I love, love this message. You may be seeing this angel number 711. You also may be seeing angel numbers 111, 222, 311, 411, 811, 1234, or 1123. But persistence. Yes, you guys have been working so hard. I said this in a general collective message, law of attraction message. And for my divine feminines, I told you it is time to clap for yourself. It is time to pat yourselves on the back for all the work that you put in persistently, consistently on a daily basis that I understand does not always receive appreciation for, but it's harvest season. And all of that hard work that you've put in towards your goals, towards your growth, all the things that you've accomplished, you've learned, the fears that you faced how you've become so courageous. I think the angels are so proud of you and how brave and courageous you have become, the fears that you have faced in order to grow and evolve. Trust me, even if you don't hear the gratitude or appreciation external to you, God sees it, the angels see it, Spirit sees it. So keep going, because you will be rewarded for your efforts, because it's time. All right, you guys. Well, that is what I have for the collective for your weekly oracles. I pray that this message gave you some food for thought. I pray that it is useful in your upcoming week. And I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, evening, or afternoon, and a beautiful week to come. Until next time, you guys. Bye.